Hello viewers of national television, welcome to this English news edition. I'm Fabian Dionizige. Here are top stories. Reverend Kurio has been re-elected as the head of the CNDD-FDD party for another 5-year term. The decision was made this Sunday during a congress held in Gitega. President Evariste Ndayishimiye, who also chairs the CNDD-FDD party's council of elders, urged the party's members to prepare for the 2027 presidential elections. Also re-elected was Alexandre Muyenge, who was elected this Saturday as the president of the Burundi Football Federation. This took place during an extraordinary General Assembly held this Saturday in Gitega. Welcome once more. Those are headline details now. Reverend Kurio and all active members of his committee were re-elected to lead the CNDD-FDD party for another 5-year term. The decision was made this Sunday at a congress held in Gitega. President Evariste Ndayishimiye, who also serves as chairman of the CNDD-FDD party's council of elders, urged party members to prepare for the 2027 presidential elections, particularly by strengthening their activities seeking alliances with other political parties. Dieudonné Ndachaisaba for more details.
The extraordinary Congress of the CNDD-FDD party held in the political capital Gitega brought together 1,212 Congress members out of 1,228 expected, representing a participation rate of over 90%. Reverend Kurio and his leadership team were re-elected to head the CNDD-FDD party for a new 5-year term. Therese Baramizigie was also elected to complete the party's leadership bodies, assuming the position of secretary in charge of social affairs. In his speech, the Secretary General of the CNDD-FDD party, Reverend Kurio, thanked the Congress members for renewing their trust and pledged total commitment to taking the party to a new level and improving the living conditions of the population. He also called for the support of the head of state and the party members. For his part, the President of the Republic, Evariste Ndayishimiye, congratulated members on the progress achieved in terms of development, democracy, social cohesion, and relations among political parties. The head of state urged CNDD-FDD members to better prepare for the 2027 presidential election through concrete actions and closer cooperation with other political parties. On the sidelines of the Congress, the CNDD-FDD party's achievements over the past 5 years as well as future prospects were presented. The event was also attended by numerous guests, including representatives of countries accredited to Burundi, leaders of various political parties, civil society organizations, and former leaders of the CNDD-FDD party.
As I said, Alexandre Muyenge was re-elected president of the Burundi Football Federation this Saturday. This took place during an extraordinary General Assembly held this Saturday in Gitega. Muyenge called on football supporters to give him their support so that he can succeed in his mission. A toxic atmosphere reigns within the Adeka Turashoboye fish farming cooperative located in the Buringa zone of the Manda commune. Former and current leaders are accusing each other of mismanagement and the embezzlement of the cooperative's resources. The Manda communal administrator has promised to intervene to find a solution. The Ndachaisaba announced the upcoming establishment a commission on inquiry tasked with the schedule light on the program in this cooperative. Details.
The Adeka Turashoboye cooperative, located at the Mugerero site, brings together fish farmers from Ninga Hill, Buringa Zone, Manda Commune. It is a cooperative that originated from the National Adeka Fish Farmers Association, which operates at the national level. Members explained that at the beginning, production yields were satisfactory. The members mainly raised tilapia, although they sometimes face challenges related to limited market outlets. However, although the cooperative has been beneficial to its members and has reached a remarkable level of development, particularly thanks to support from its partners, it is currently facing governance-related problems which have led to complaints among members. The origin of the problems within the cooperative is linked to the replacement of the former management by a new one. The new leadership accuses the former one of having misused the cooperative's assets. The president of the National Adeka Association, who initiated the creation of the Adeka Trashoboye Cooperative, does not recognize the new management bodies, arguing that they were established in violation of the rules. He also accuses them of looting the cooperative's asset. Evrar Ndaikeza, the head of the National Agency for Cooperative Monitoring, ANACOP, says he is aware of the problems facing the cooperative. He specifies that the new management bodies were installed with the approval and the supervision of his institution. He criticizes the president of the National Adeka Fish Farmers Association, accusing him of interfering in the affairs of the Adeka Trashoboye Cooperative, and recalls that a cooperative is autonomous even if it originates from an association. The new president of the Adeka Trashoboye Cooperative calls on the Manda communal administrator to intervene in order to reconcile the two parties. Meanwhile, the national president of the Adeka Association, who does not recognize the new leadership, claims to have already written to the communal administrator asking him to take charge of the case so that the destination of the missing assets can be clarified and those responsible for the misappropriation can be identified. The Manda communal administrator stated to be aware of the governance problems and that alleged misappropriation of the cooperative's asset. He promises to soon set up a commission to investigate this case. In a communal that hosts several cooperatives, Leoponda Isaba, the communal administrator of Manda, advises leaders of cooperative to be honest. It will be difficult to achieve a better future as long as there are representatives of the population who betray the trust placed in them by misusing community assets, he said.
Thank you so much, Jivan Daishimie. Young servants of God have an important role to play in the country's development. They must change their mindset for their own development and that of the country. Maris Muhigwe for more details.
Organized the Young Ministers Conference, which has gathered of around 400 young ministers from various church denominations. So the purpose was to remind them and to teach them their role as the young ministers in having emergent country 2040 and developed country 2060. So it was an opportunity also to show them the revival that has happened many years ago from 1928, where the Christians were committing integrity, were the people with integrity, with the truth, and they were people who had confidence among the West, people from the West. So it was an opportunity to encourage them, to tell them that for the country to be emergent country 2040 and 2060, develop the country, they should know that they are the first as the pillar of the church and the pillar of the country. They are the first to understand that they have something to pray in order to have or to contribute in this vision of the country. And we have also given them some advices in order to try to apply the Christian values, because liberty without Christian values is zero.
We'll end off this news edition. Thank you for being with us. Keep watching our news.